That's a terrible thing. The judge was arrested because he was housing a trendy Iroquois, right? Is that the one you're talking about? It's pretty surprising. It's terrible. The border is the most secure it's ever been. We're having a very hard time with judges because they don't want people to be moved out of the country. Shockingly, nobody's ever had this before, no other precedent. There's never been a time when this has ever become an issue, where they talk about due process, when you have millions of people that you're moving out that are really bad people, very dangerous people, and you have a judge that wants every single one of them to have a trial. So they want us to have millions of trials, therefore. And how long does the trial take? Weeks? Trial can take weeks. That's not what it's about. That's not what our country's about. And that's not what I got elected on. And these are judges that just want to, show how big and important they are. They're local federal judges, and they shouldn't be allowed to do it. We have hundreds of thousands of people that we want to get out of the country, and the courts are holding us back. Some judge that nobody ever heard of is holding us back. It's very dangerous for our country. I mean, you want to see a country that'll have crime? Let that happen, because it's really dangerous for our country, and I can't believe the Supreme Court would let that stand.
This is a power move by the Trump administration, which sends a message to all Americans that nobody is safe under this administration. Up until now, we've seen a lot of the immigration actions really serving almost like slapping democracy around. This is a stab in the wound of democracy. I believe that Judge Dugan, just like every other law enforcement or officer of the court, should have the right to protect the due process rights of the people who were before her. Obviously, this is now going to go to the courts, but the fact that this Trump administration decided to arrest a sitting judge at the courthouse also escalates the threat that nobody is safe at a courthouse, which means more and more people will basically give up their right to go before the court, give up their right, that treasured right to have a fair day in court, because they will be afraid of whether they will be detained, whether they're a citizen or a non-citizen. There's the shock and awe approach, the fear mongering, there's the test balloons. And I think this is part of the Trump administration trying to send a strong message, a bullying message, frankly, to state and local governments that they too are at risk of being detained. So we don't know who the next people on the list will be. Is it a sit-in mayor who has a so-called sanctuary policy in place, or the local sheriff in Asheville, North Carolina, for example, that is trying to keep all of their residents safe, particularly in a community that was devastated by a hurricane, but who the Trump administration has threatened with taking away their FEMA money if they don't rescind that sanctuary policy. And so again, we're seeing a struggle, a power and legal struggle between the federal government under the Trump administration and states and localities, which bring us closer and closer every single day to a constitutional crisis. This administration has already decided to flout judicial orders, to not listen and to not follow decisions by sitting judges at the federal court level. And this latest arrest of a sitting judge sends a chilling effect to all of us who are part of the legal profession. And frankly, I believe that it should send a chilling effect to all Americans as well.
No justice, no peace.